Hi, it's Liz from Lohas Canada. I wanted to show you some of the mushroom dyeing that I did. It is November here. I'm on Vancouver Island, so I'm in Parksville, BC, and so this is the mushroom that I have dyed with these four colors. So I have added different elements to each of the colors. So from what I know, and I'm no mushroom expert, this mushroom, the Latin name is Gymnopilus. Gymnopilus. Probably not saying that right. So that's this species name, and then it might be a sapineus. I'll put the spelling on there. So it's commonly known as the rustgill because it does have a gill, and when you pick it, it does give a brown spore print, and also it gets on your hand. So it's been raining here quite a bit on the west coast, and this mushroom is a little bit going a bit mushy. So the wool I'm working with is with Briggs and Little. It's a heritage blend 2-ply 100% pure wool. I really thought I got unbleached, but I did get bleached white. So it is bleached white. You can see here I have a little sample in my book, my little dye book. So it is very, very white. So let's talk about the method. I used 10% of alum for each of the skeins, the 10% of the weight, and I dissolved it in warm water, then put it into some warm water, like a lukewarm water with the fiber, and left it for 12 hours. You can leave it longer, but I did it for 12 hours. And then I hung them dry, and then I used the fiber. It was about 24 hours before I used the fiber, so it could also make a difference if I had it sitting longer. So with this, you just use the mushrooms. I boiled them. For these two, these ones, I did crush them to try to see them. I crushed the mushroom to see if more of the mushroom would come out, and it did have some effect, though I did use different quantities of the mushroom, so it's not really true to the potency possibly, but I'll tell you what I did. So this one I put in the bath, so I used the mushrooms. I boiled the mushrooms for about an hour, and then I took it out and put the fiber in, and then left it for another hour and a half. Left it to cool, and then hung it dry. So this is just like a baseline yellow. And then for this fiber, it is definitely lighter than this fiber, and the reason why is I added 2 cups vinegar to it. So 2 skeins, and I added 2 cups vinegar. So it definitely lightened it up, made it a lot softer looking, and compared to this one, it's definitely more, it's got more of an orange undertone, and this is more of a yellow undertone. And this one, you can see I did not dye it evenly. So for this one, what did I do? So this one, you can see that I didn't do it evenly. I ended up using some rust. So I did try to put some rust water, so it's just some nails and some water from last year, and I put it in the fiber when I put the alum in and let it soak, and then rinsed it out. And then the next day I ended up putting it in with the mushrooms, but some of it did not get it fully everywhere, so it is definitely patchy. I should have, that's just on my fault, it should have taken it up and dipped it up more. So I did add quite a bit of rust to this one just because I wanted to get an actual different color than the rest of this, so I wanted it to be darker. So I kept on adding rust until I thought, well, that's probably as dark as I'm gonna get. If I maybe used a commercial rust or like a rust powder, it probably would have been different, but I did use just some water with rusty nails into it that I had soaking from last year. So I can definitely tell it's more of a dirty color, more of a got some like green undertones almost in it. So I definitely wanted the contrast. It's definitely splotchy, but I think that's just for me from not moving it around as much. And then for this fourth one, I do have this copper pot, and I don't know if it's actually true copper, but it does look, it is copper on the outside, but a little bit looks like it's stainless steel on the inside. So I just wanted to experiment with that. So I put the mushrooms in the day before and just let them boil for a couple hours in the copper pot. I could have also added some vinegar to it, and that might have helped get the copper to react more. So that's something I could do definitely next time. I don't know if it's that much different than the original color, but it does look a little bit darker. And also, like, I think next time I'll also play with maybe the quantity of how much mushrooms I was doing. I wasn't really doing 1-to-1. I was doing more half of the mushroom quantity per fiber, just because I didn't have an abundance of mushrooms to do all of them if I wanted to do all the 1-to-1 ratio. So definitely just getting a baseline to figure out the different shades that you can get. I could over dye it as well and dye it again to see, especially this like rust color, though I was a little bit concerned with the rust to like leave the fiber in too long, because I don't want the rust to also break down the fiber, which I'm not too sure if it'll do that, but yeah, so I thought I would just show you some of the baseline. This is the first time I have dyed mushrooms with wool. So here I just closed the curtain so you can kind of see the difference with the shading. So this is the natural fiber, this is the one added with vinegar, this is the one with rust, and then this is the one with copper. So pretty similar to the top one, but it does have a little bit of an undertone to them. So I hope you guys are having fun exploring outside, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!